Imagine that we're thinking about purchasing a restaurant, but we're not sure whether we should do it. And we want to use the profitability index to make this decision for us. So we've figured out the cash flows that we expect for this restaurant. We know that at year zero times zero, which is today, it would cost us $300,000 of an outflow to purchase this restaurant. But then we expect that at the end of exactly 1 year from today, we would receive a cash inflow of $50,000. And then exactly 2 years from today, we'd expect a cash inflow of $60,000. And then the life of this project would last 6 years, and we would receive these cash flows for each of the years. Well, in order to figure out whether we want to make this decision or not, we need to find the present value of each of these cash flows. And to do that, we need to know what is our required return. So our required return is based on the risk of the project. The higher the required return, the higher the risk. And so let's just start off with an example of 5%. And then let's calculate the present value of each of these cash flows. So the present value will just be the cash flow for that year divided by 1 plus the required rate of return. And we can hit cell F or key F4 on our keyboard to lock that in. And then we'll put it to the power of the number of years so that as we go further into the future, we discount back by a greater period of time. So we're discounting this $50,000 that we receive 1 year from today back to $47,619 today. And then we can just copy that with Control C and then paste the formulas for that whole range. So there we have the present value of all of these cash flows. And now we can just compute the net present value of the entire project by just summing all of the present values of all the cash flows. And so now we see that we have an actual positive net present value, and that is very important. So now let's calculate the profitability index, which I've put the formula for here. So the profitability index equals 1 plus the NPV divided by the cash flow at time zero, and I'm going to put a negative sign in front of that to make it positive. So we find that the profitability index is 1.05, and we want to say that if the profitability index is greater than or equal to 1, then we want to accept this project, and if it's not, then we'll reject the project. And so we see that because it's greater than 1, we'll say we want to accept it. But what if the required return were to change? So what if we deemed this project is more risky than we initially thought? We actually demand an interest rate of 7% to partake in this project. Well, now we find that the profitability index is 0.98. That is because the net present value actually became negative. And then because the net present value is negative, the profitability index is below 1. And now we decide that we want to reject this project. So if you want to play around with the file that I built in this video, feel free to click the link in the description. And please subscribe for more videos just like this, and drop a like because it helps out with the algorithm. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.